So, a lot of people have been asking about Tele Latino lately. Is it actually legal? Is it safe to use? And why is everyone talking about it in 2026? All right, let's clear this up because there's a lot of confusion around it. And honestly, most people are using it without really understanding how it works. So, first things first, what exactly is Tele Latino? At its core, it's a streaming app. It gives you access to live TV movies and series, and on the surface, it looks just like any other streaming platform. Nothing really unusual at first, but here's where things start to feel a bit different. You won't find it on the Google Play Store or the App Store, and that's usually the first red flag, because if an app isn't available on official stores, there's usually a reason for that. In this case, you have to install it manually using something called an APK file. Now, if you're not familiar with that, an APK is basically just the installation file for Android apps. But here's the thing. When you install apps this way, you're going outside the normal system. There's no official verification built-in security checks and no guarantee that what you're installing is exactly what it claims to be. Now let's talk about the part everyone cares about. Is it legal? The short answer is, it depends. And I know that's not what most people want to hear, but it's the truth. Apps like Tele Latino often operate in what's called a legal gray area, and the main reason comes down to content licensing. Official streaming platforms pay for the rights to distribute movies and TV content. If an app is offering that same content without those licenses, that's where the problem starts. And that's also why apps like this don't make it onto official platforms like the Google Play Store or the App Store because they simply don't meet the requirements now. Does that mean you're going to get in trouble just for using it? In most cases. No, usually, the bigger legal responsibility falls on the people who distribute or host the content, but that doesn't mean there's zero risk depending on where you live. Apps that provide unlicensed content can still be considered a violation, so it's not completely risk-free, even if it feels that way. Now, let's talk about something people often ignore: security, because this part matters more than most people think. When you download an APK from some random website, you're basically trusting that source completely, and the reality is, you don't really know what's inside that file. It could be cleaner, it could be modified. It could include ads track your activity, or, in worst cases, contain malware. And unlike official apps, there's no real protection layer here. Another thing to keep in mind is updates. Apps installed this way don't update automatically. So every time there's a new version, you have to go back, download it again, and install it manually. And every time you do that, you're taking the same risk again. So when you really look at the full picture, it's not just about does it work, it's about how it works and what comes with it. Now, here's the honest question. Is it worth it in 2026? And the answer really comes down to what you care about. If you're only looking for access, then sure, it might seem like an easy option. But if you care about stability, security, and staying on the safe side, legally, there are better alternatives. Apps like Atlas Player, Mitely, and RTVE Play. These are official. They're available in app stores, and they follow the rules, which means no weird installations, no security risks, and no legal gray areas. Some of them even offer free contents. You're not really missing out. So here's the bottom line. Tele Latino might look convenient, but it comes with trade-offs: legal questions, security risks, and a less stable experience overall. And once you understand that, you can make a smarter decision based on what actually matters to you. That's the real story behind Tele Latino in 2026.